bless you. I am one of the ministers at Love Gospel Assembly. Today's nugget, I will be speaking about Deborah. Today I will be sharing about Deborah, who was one of the most influential women in the Old Testament. She was a prophetess, a warrior, a songwriter, and the only female judge to shepherd God's people and lead Israel into battle against their enemies. It is funny, we are in the 21st century and some churches still have problem with women leaders. There is no difference. There is racism. Men get paid more than women. It is a little better, but women are still fighting to get paid a little better, just to survive and to raise a family. To live in a decent neighborhood, they are still discriminating against being a single parent. For example, in order for my mom to get an apartment in a decent neighborhood, she went and got a man that was named by my father's name to get the apartment. So she put the apartment under my father's name. She lied because my mother didn't live with my father. But thank God we have some successful women who came out of the Bronx who have succeeded. First Hispanic woman, clerk of court of the Bronx Supreme Court, Tracy Pardo. Judge Sotomayor, who came from the projects in the Bronx. These are just a few examples of women that have made it. In the book of Judges, it was a season of moral outrage, a period of gross immorality, lawlessness, and violence, much like society today. Everyone did what was right in their own eyes, exactly what he wanted, and as he wanted. This resulted in a tragic, oppressing, permissive lifestyle to destruction and chaos. There is no peace or stability in the land. There was only anxiety, danger, corruption, injustice, and death. Does that sound like the Bronx or any of the 5 boroughs? Today, Deborah was a woman who was fearless patriot. Deborah, her name means a bee. The bees rank among highest intelligence. Deborah stands out as amongst the wisest of all the Old Testament women. In Judges 4, verse 4 and 5, she was a prophet. It states she was a prophetess and a wife of Labrador and was judging Israel at that time. She used to sit under the palm tree between Rameh and Bethel in the hill country of Ephraim, and the sons of Israel came up to her for judgment. Deborah, a strong-minded and unique woman, breaks in upon human history and by her exploits leaves the impact of her personality upon events and secures for herself an imperishable honor. She occupied several positions. She was a wife. She was a prophetess. Ability to discern the mind and purpose of God and declare it to others. In the Old Testament, prophet and prophetess mediate between God and his people, Israel. Their gift is to perceive and proclaim divine truth and stamp them as being divine inspired. Deborah sat under that tree and poured out wisdom and instruction as she declared the whole counsel of God. I believe that there she prayed and sought God for what she had to do or say. She was an agitator. That meant to stir up or excite public discussion with a view of producing a change. She stirred up Israel concerned about its low spiritual condition. She was a ruler. Deborah was the 5th of the leader of judges of Israel, raised up by God to deliver his people from bondage and their idolatry had caused under the palm tree. That was her courtroom. She dispersed righteousness, justice, and mercy. She was a warrior. Judges 5, 1 through 3. Barak didn't want to go unless Deborah went with him. She also stated to Barak that the one that was going to kill the enemy wasn't going to be by a man, that it was going to be by a woman. So she was also a poetess. She was also a great writer in Judges 5. She sang, singing praises to God. She was a maternal figure, mother of Israel. She trusted God, which was the highest adornment. Rule in righteousness, the revelation of God. Her heart was filled with grace divine. Her heart was fixed in God. She took her role as a mother very seriously and faithfully. She followed God and led her children, the Israelites, to put their faith in the Lord to deliver them from their enemies. Read Judges 4, 5, and 6, verses 14, chapter 5, 7 through 9. She was a servant leadership style, discerning the spirit. She would seek and serve God's people, not for God's people to serve them and their agenda. Servant leaders listen intently to others, interested in their growth and well-being of the people. Just like Romans 12:8 shows leadership and compassion. Example, I was a union rep and I was the voice of the people, fighting for an upgrade from grades 4 through 8, which were some of the positions. Their salaries were low, and some couldn't even pay their rent with that. They worked hard and discriminated as a woman, working in different kinds of positions. By the time I left, the president of the union knew my name. We didn't get the money. The union sold out to the administration. They upgraded our title, though, with no pay raise. We addressed this, but it was too late. Some of us live from paycheck to paycheck. So we were always raising our voice and telling the union that we needed a pay raise. Yet I feel that the union doesn't have any power anymore. We must be determined and not to give up, because vengeance is the Lord. In Isaiah 40:31, yet those who wait upon the Lord will gain new strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not be tired. They will walk and not become weary. I eventually got an appointed title and earned more money, but God is good. Not everyone has that advantage. So I just wanted to say that at the end of the story, the woman is the one that killed the enemy. So it shows that the Lord calls ordinary people to do extraordinary things that can only be accomplished through the Spirit of the Lord. So I just want to thank you, and I hope you read the scriptures and be blessed with this nugget.
Thank you for joining us in this week's Nuggets of Hope. We hope you continue to join us, and we hope that you are blessed by each teaching. You can join us on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. God bless you.